Hi guys from the Thoughtful Gardener. I hope it's warm where you are here in central Pennsylvania. We've had a cold January so far, so I'm looking forward to warming up for Valentine's Day and giving you several tips on things I think the gardener in your life may love for Valentine's Day. I'm all about practical and I'm all about cute. I think that it's wonderful to be able to tell people, especially after pandemic. And if you're wanting to give them something practical, I'm going to give you several tips that I think your gardener will love this holiday season. One that is wonderful to curl up with and is stunningly beautiful is the American Horticultural Society membership. Not only do you get this lovely and practical magazine 4 times a year, but the membership entitles you to a reciprocal program where any garden that is 90 miles or farther from your location, you can get in free. It is a great value, especially if you love to see gardens as much as I do. I highly recommend this as a present for you or the gardener in your life. And that way you have an experience to spend together, which I think they will love. I also highly recommend the books from Charles Dowding. Now, this guide, which is a monthly guide to the no-dig gardening method, is a wonderful addition to any gardener's library. Even though I'm a master gardener, this is really helpful for prompting you as to what you need to be doing for that month. And so every month has weeks broken down as to what vegetables should be started and how, and then what can potentially be harvested. Here in central Pennsylvania, our weather patterns are quite similar to the United Kingdom's. And this is a very, very practical and worthwhile guide for remembering, because there's a lot to do in the garden and it's hard to keep it all straight. Speaking of great reads for cold winter days, I just finished this book by Wendy Williams called The Language of Butterflies. Now, I am a bookworm, and I think the gardening bookworm in your life or butterfly lover will absolutely adore this book. I also think you'll find it very humorous and insightful and inspirational, as many of the women that are featured in this book are responsible for what we know about butterflies today. 200 years before Darwin, there were scientists doing practical things out in the field, and she shares the wonderful things that they did that give us what we know about butterflies and the ability for insects to adapt to conditions that might be changing. I also recommend, if you're going to be doing seed starting this year or your gardener loves to start seeds, rareseeds.com, the Baker Creek Seed Company, is by far my favorite seed supplier, and you should consider buying your gardener a gift certificate to their website. Not only do they have beautiful seed packages, they also have wonderful tools, and I absolutely appreciate their 100% grow or get your money back guarantee, and I continue to order from them. A huge shipment of seeds recently arrived because last year I was unable to get everything I wanted. So if you're looking for seeds, get on it now. The same goes for garden bulbs. Now, I am a lover of dahlias and tulips, and my go-to supplier is Old House Gardens. I find their quality is excellent, and the tips that they give you, as well as the history on each bulb, is really quite interesting. I've already placed my tulip and dahlia order. I realize tulips won't go in the ground till next fall, and they'll ship both when it's appropriate. But you want to get what you want. And again, these things are super popular and they do sell out. In terms of gardening supplies, I am a huge fan of gardeners.com. This is a company founded by gardeners for gardeners, and they have a wonderful array of gifts that I think will be right for your gardener. There are a few that I have used in my own garden that I highly recommend, and one is this potting bench. Now, it comes in this beautiful blue color, or if you like a more muted tone, a grayish white. Now, it will take 2 of you to put it together, but we found it quite easy to assemble. It's also really lightweight, so if you're moving it inside and out, as I do as the season warms, you might consider this as an addition for potting up your seedlings and then moving them outside when it's appropriate. Speaking of seedlings, I highly recommend Gardens Alive. They've got these fabulous seed starting kits that I've now used. This will be my third season with replaceable plugs. What's unique about this seed starting system is it floats, and that prompts great root development, which is really important when you're going to be transplanting that into a larger pot or directly transplanting into your garden. I also really like and do use their heat mats and their lighting system. So if you're getting started and you want to do some countertop gardening, this is a great way to get it done. I've also had excellent luck with the Kingsman Company. This company has lots and lots of really practical gifts for gardeners and things that I have used season after season. One that I recommend is the pot feet to get your potted plants up and off your porch. That's going to allow air circulation and the water to drain out appropriately. So I definitely think that these will be a cute and fun addition to your garden, and they're quite sturdy. I have very heavy pots, and these feet are able to accommodate the weight of the pots. I also want to promote my own courses. If you are new to seed starting and you need some help, the Guide to Seed Starting course is really the best $25 you could ever spend. I had multiple novice gardeners use this system last year. Fail proof. We talk about the no-dig gardening that I mentioned earlier that I learned from Charles Dowding on YouTube. And I highly recommend that you get really familiar with how to use these systems, and you get familiar with how to do the things that are going to be successful for you to grow food in your own backyard. It's no secret that food has gone up tremendously in terms of price in the last year, and I don't expect that our supply chain issues are going away. So it's really a great thing to get going on this and consider putting some beds in your own yard, growing your own food, and working with other people in your community so that if you grow a bumper crop, perhaps you can give some of your extra to people that might be in a worse circumstance than you are, and you can share with your neighbors, maybe through local food banks. So I'd really love if you would support me. This supports my channel, and we certainly would love for you to join us in our seed starting class. You can find that on my website, GardenThoughtfully.com. So are you ready for that Valentine's Day? I hope this has inspired you to go ahead and get those things ordered. Certainly, we want you to get them in time and get what you want, which means you need to start now. So we're about a month out. Let's get it done. Garden thoughtfully and take care.